Hello. I want to talk to you today about the 5-point system that we're going to be using for talking about artwork, and I'm going to ask you to write several of these 5-step or 5-point system papers during the semester. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what I want these papers to be about, and let's go through the 5-point system. So the first thing on the first point is description. And you're going to describe a work of art from an objective point of view. You're going to describe its physical attributes and its formal construction. So by that I mean I want you to talk about whether the artwork it exists in 2 or 3 dimensions. What is it made from? What color is it? What shape or form does it take? So if it's a 2-dimensional work, it will have shapes on the surface. If it's a 2-dimensional work, does it attempt to create the illusion of depth by using perspective or some other means? If it's a 3-dimensional work, we'll talk about the shape that it takes in terms of form and mass. When you talk about color, I want you to think about whether the colors are warm or cool, whether the colors are bright or dull, and use your observational skills. I want you to describe this work as if you are describing it to someone who used to have sight but can no longer see this thing. And I want you to try to create an image of this in their minds as you are describing it. So that's part 1. Part 2 is analysis, a detailed look at a work of art that combines the physical attributes with subjective statements. That is, what do you think? What is your opinion based on your reaction to that work? How does that work make you feel? What kind of takeaway do you have from that work? And I want you to think about, why is the artist using the color they're using? Why is the shape soft and rounded or angular and jagged? And I want you to really think about why those things are happening, why the artist chose those particular ways to present that work. Part 3 is context. That's where you talk about the historical, religious, or environmental information that surrounds a particular work of art, because this helps us understand the work's meaning. So this doesn't have to be really long, but for instance, if you were going to be talking about Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel, you would certainly need to talk about the fact that he was hired by the Pope. You would need to talk about the fact that this is a part of the Catholic diocese, that it's actually in Vatican City. So it's this very important religious document, so to speak. Okay, so think about in what context this artwork was created and in what context the artist was working. Meaning is point number 4, and that is a statement of the work's content. What is this work about? What is the message or the story that is being told by this subject matter? What is it that the artist wants you, the viewer, to understand? The 5th point is judgment. So this is your critical point of view about a work of art concerning its aesthetic or cultural value. Is it a good work of art? Is it aesthetically pleasing? Did it mean something very specific? So if you're talking about Marcel Duchamp's Fountain, what are the cultural implications of taking a urinal, signing it, turning it upside down, signing it Art Mutt, and entering it in an exhibition? What cultural value might that have, if any? And if you immediately think, oh my God, there can't be any, then you need to dig deeper and see if you can find out why there isn't any, or why there is, why someone might say there is. So that 5th point is your judgment, right? These points that are laid out here are designed to help you understand a work of art, because I think by understanding some of the artistic process and understanding where that artist is coming from, literally, you are going to have a much better appreciation for what the artwork is about. All right, so get started. Thanks.